Right? So persistent volume we supposed to discuss. So let's start with that. And what about Chinmay?
He had some work bug. So
He
he
won't
told,
be able to join?
yeah, today he said to me,
Okay,
yeah.
fine. I will continue. Will that be okay? What he said, did he share anything?
Yeah, he told, tell to ma'am to continue. I
Okay.
will go through video. But Pavni, for last two session video, I requested to management, no, not uploaded yet.
Oh, is it? I need to check.
Yeah.
I will check with them.
I also
You
sent you an email on Monday
okay?
itself, Monday or
Okay.
Tuesday itself.
Okay. And you I will give you the main owner, I mean, who is owning this institute. So you can reach out to him
I know
to
Nageshwar Rao,
for
sir.
the recording.
I
Yeah,
know,
right, right.
yeah, I called to Nageshwar Rao, sir. So
What he said?
he said he will tell to management to upload, but I waited till today also. I was checking, there is no video.
Oh, okay. Other thing now, I do not have any authority on the recordings. Even I do not know where they are getting stored also. That is the main problem. But I will just check if any.
Because two recordings are there, no? Two classes. So
If
that's,
recording is missing, means definitely it should solve. So I'll talk.
yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah. And what is left? Kubernetes manifest. So we supposed to discuss Kubernetes persistent volume. So go with that. Where is persistent volume Kubernetes? Host path, mtdir, volumes. This is the volumes. Yeah, here is a persistent volume. Got it. So Kubernetes persistent volume, why it's came into the picture, right? So basically, if you see host path and mtdir, are they safe?
No, Bhavni.
No, because whenever pod is getting affected, mtdir is getting affected. Whenever node is getting affected, and also host path is getting affected. So to overcome that, we have a persistent volume. So what actually the persistent volume does? So persistent volume is a mechanism we are taking at the cluster level. So this data is getting stored at the cluster level, and every time we are maintaining a backup of this persistent volume. So you never and ever lose the data here if you use persistent volume. So again, I'm repeating why persistent volume is more useful is because it is using at the cluster level. Okay, so it is using at the cluster level. So for example, in real time, how we are taking is we are using, we are requesting to storage team give some space. What storage team does? So storage team is taking our requirement and storage team is allowing us to use this persistent volume. Okay, what actually the meaning of it is, let's imagine there is a Kubernetes cluster. So storage team is available. So we are asking for storage team to provide some space. Okay, whenever they are providing that space, we are using that space. So that persistent volume we are calling. So you never and ever lose the data if you use persistent volume. So how to do that? First, we need to request to storage team. Then what storage team is doing? Storage team is giving a volume, some space they are giving, that we are calling a persistent volume. In order to use this persistent volume, you have to claim that. So you have to create a again claim, persistent volume claim request you need to send. So once you send this persistent volume request, then you are good to go with this. So what as part of Kubernetes persistent volume is a piece of a storage in a cluster. So which means it is a storage only. But where it is getting stored, it's a piece, it's some space which is given by the Kubernetes cluster itself. So you never and ever lose because it's not storing either inside a server or inside a pod. No, it is storing at the cluster level. So that's the reason it is safe. Getting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So, if you look at this, first we have to create a persistent volume. Whenever the persistent volume got created, on top of that, what you need to do is persistent volume claim request you need to create. Whenever you have a persistent volume claim request, okay, once this claim got created, again, what you need to do, again on top of this, you have to create your pod. So inside a pod you have to use this persistent volume claim whatever you have created. This is how it works. Look at there this picture and let me know and read out that theory as well, then you will get more. If you have any questions, yes, please ask me. Rupa, you also, if you have any questions, please let me know. But this is a very important.
So Pavni, so whatever the data we need to write, so those data will be under persistent volume, right?
Yes,
So for that we need to give a claim request to storage team so
right,
that
right.
they need to give the access.
Right, exactly.
Okay, okay, got it.
So now, first you will be having persistent volume manifest file.
One question, Pavni
Yep.
here. The persistent volume request claim request we need to give to storage team. That is through I mean ticketing tool through or something like that. How will give a request to them?
Usually, in real time, we are working with storage team. So what they will do is, they will ask us to use EBS volume, or in GCP also, Google Cloud Computing Platform also, we have a volume. So any volume they will allow us to use. And by the way, what will happen in real time is we are the owning all these cloud computing platforms. So ideally, we do not raise any request, but when we may raise request is if you are handling on-premises Kubernetes cluster, then storage team comes. If you are not maintaining on-premises, then you are good to go to use this directly in cloud. You are clear?
Yeah, I was thinking like any through ticket or something like we need to raise a request for volume
No, we no
or
need to raise any such request. We can directly use that.
okay, okay then.
Okay. Yeah. Now look at this. So we have these files. What are these files actually? So these if you look at this, let me mtdir is there. I'm looking for persistent volume. Yeah. So look at this file, persistent volume file. So this is creating a persistent volume. So with the help of this persistent volume, what I can do is I can have my persistent volume. So with the help of this file, I can create. So what is their kind persistent volume I have given? Okay. And also, whatever metadata I'm using, the name of this volume I have given. Storage class manual. So manually I'm assigning this persistent volume capacity 1 GI. So 1 GI I'm occupying. 1 gigabyte, okay, which is more. Access mode, read write once. Means at a time, one person can read, one person can write. So at a time, only one person can do anything. So that's the meaning of access mode. Okay. And finally, what you have? You also have host path. Sorry, yeah, host path. So I'm just giving slash data. Inside a slash data only it is getting stored because I do not have any external location right now. Host path is the one location I have. So that's the reason I'm keeping this. Okay. This is how you have to create persistent volume if you would like to create. So any questions? Yes, you can ask.
Block PV is a name only, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a name.
Okay, okay. And storage class name, manual in the sense.
Manually, I'm assigning 1 GI to my space. I'm not assigning automatically or I'm not allowing it to take automatically. So manually, I'm assigning.
Okay, okay,
Manually, I'm doing. I'm just giving the space.
okay, okay. And one more thing, Pavni, you have written in the document like if we need to, I mean, many one pod is running in a node,
Huh,
okay, another pod is running in another node.
huh.
They cannot interact with each other, right?
Mm.
So through persistent volume, they can interact.
No, through services they can interact. They can't interact until unless you create a service. They cannot interact.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Yeah. Volume is just a, to store the continuous data you are using.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. Nothing else. Okay. Now, what else? Okay, now look at this persistent volume. Right. So we are going to create first persistent volume, then again persistent volume claim. So look at the persistent volume claim also. So we will see how it works. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll be opening persistent volume claim as well.
So both is different, right?
Yeah, yeah, both the manifests are different. Below one is persistent volume claim. So here you can see. Again, what I have here, persistent volume claim is a kind I have given, and also I have given name, manual read write once. Here I'm just requesting 1 GI. So whatever persistent volume is there, that 1 GI I'm taking. So you can take completely also. So I'm taking complete volume, whatever is there. Okay. So this is how you have to create persistent volume claim. Finally, you have to create a pod. So below you can see I'm creating persistent volume claim and below I'm creating pod as well. Until this is same. Under volume section, inside a pod, okay, mount path data I have given. As soon as I log into the pod, there is a directory called slash data. Inside that directory, whatever data is there, that data is getting stored under this volume. So that's why I have given. So volumes I have given. Volume mount means slash data and inside slash data, whatever data is there, that data it's supposed to store. So that's why I'm giving that path. But again, I'm mounting slash data to persistent volume. Whatever data is there under slash data directory, that data is getting stored under this volume. Okay, so I'm mounting that path. So if you have any questions, yes, please ask me.
Yes, Pavni. So persistent volume claim, we are not using that host path, right? In only persistent volume, we used host path, right?
Yeah, but here why I have given why I have given host path slash data because I do not have any storage stream to provide anything. That's why I'm using this.
Okay, okay, got it. So that is in our hand,
Yeah.
but that one only we are requesting to.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why it is written like requests,
Yeah.
storage
We are
one.
requesting. Yeah. Right.
Okay, okay. So that will come under resource. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So any questions?
No question.
So let's execute this. I just started the server. So in a minute, it's gonna spin up. Then I'm going to explain you. Okay. Just a second. Okay. I think I can log into my box. Connected to this, we need to start Minikube. So we have to use Minikube start command to start our Minikube. So I just logged into my box. Now I'll give Minikube start. So it's starting Minikube. So it started. Now I'll be creating pv.yml. First, I am creating persistent volume. Again, I'm creating PVC. And finally, pod I'm creating. So, name, I already used this name. Any questions?
No question.
Okay. Now we have services and replica set and deployment. Tomorrow only I'm discussing, but today I'm going to cover some other topics. So in done, minikube namespaces labels are done. Restart policy also done. Replica set and replication controller deployment services. I'm going to deal in tomorrow session only. Volume is done. Scaling also tomorrow. Taint and toleration. And again, secret. These two I'm going to focus now.
Uh,
Uh, yeah,
Pavni, this is completed for system volume.
yeah, it's done. So
Uh,
this is, you can see here, even if you describe kubectl, describe pod, my app. I, it never lose the data. Any more questions?
yes, Pavni. So once created persistent volume claim, I mean pod created,
Hmm.
so to get the volume.
Hmm.
So under request, we have given this persistent volume claim, right? Request.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that will once created pod that will go to storage team.
No,
How?
storage stream before only it will allocate space. Storage team, what they will do in general, they are giving some space for us to use. So before only the request won't go. Before only they will give some space. Okay, you please use this much space. They will just give the approval. Nothing else. It won't go anywhere. We have to create. Let's say you need 100 GB. 100 GB you will ask them. So we are having a Kubernetes cluster. I need 100 GB. So you are just asking them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they after asking they will provide, right?
Yeah.
But while creating pod, we need to mention this one persistent volume claim to, I mean, protect our data. Correct?
Means protect. I don't understand.
I mean, uh, empty directory and host path through host path data will be, I mean, pod
Yeah.
will,
To protect our data only, we are
I
using
mean,
persistent volume. See
yeah, that
here,
is,
I have mentioned storage stream, but in general, no one will go with the storage stream. We are only maintaining these clusters and all. It's a very rare case. Storage stream, actually, storage stream never comes here because we are using cloud computing platform, right? If
yeah,
in that case, we are only having the complete access to the cloud. So you can use how much ever you want.
okay.
But storage stream, when it comes is if you are using on-premises, in that case, storage stream comes.
Hmm.
Here,
Okay.
no storage stream.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay. Um, okay, any other questions?
No question.
Okay, now we are good to go with the other topic. Let's get started with the other topic. Taint and toleration. So basically, what taint and toleration is, first taint comes. So let's say you have one server, okay. Uh, let's say you have a cluster. Inside a cluster, you have a set of nodes. Uh, in one node, some pods are running, which are very, very crucial, okay. Whatever the pods are running, they are crucial pods. You don't want to run any of the other pods in that. Already running pods, you are okay, but new pods you don't want to schedule. In order to achieve this, we have a concept called taint and toleration. So what taint do is, when you apply taint on a particular node, then any new pod won't get scheduled. So we are applying a taint on the node to achieve new pod should not get scheduled on the node. So how we can achieve? With the help of taint, you can achieve. So taint is a concept. In what actually taint will do is, you do not want to schedule any of the new pods. In that case, taint you can apply. So how to apply a taint? I have only one node. If I apply taint on this node, definitely new pods won't get scheduled. Look at this. How to apply taint is kubectl taint node and the node name. I'm going to get my node name. Kubectl get node. So minikube is a node name. So what I do is, I'll apply this taint. Here, kubectl taint node and the node name key one value one. This is a key value pair. No schedule. So key one value one you have to give. Instead of key one value one, you can give anything, but it should have key one equal to value one and no schedule. If you give no schedule, then only you are able to apply this taint. So I'm applying taint. It's taint. So if you would like to create a pod, you can't, because you already applied taint on this. So let me check. You understand this concept, right?
Yes.
You do not want to schedule any pod, then apply taint. Kubectl apply. Kubectl get pods. See, pending. You're getting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
This is how we will be doing taint. Okay, it's useful.
HNDPZ, that one is
Sorry,
H HNDPZ, I think. Q something. That
my
one is
app 8. The new pods are all are in pending. Old pods only it is running.
okay.
Every new pod is in pending state. I just given some random number of new pods, but replicas I have given, so it's not going to. Okay. Hope you are clear, right?
Yes.
I can also remove this taint by using just hyphen. So I want to remove this taint. How I can do? Hyphen untaint. Okay. So tell me any questions if you have. No questions or any
No
questions?
question.
Okay, you are good?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now let's discuss about toleration. Even if you apply taint, you can tolerate it. There are three effects in toleration. No execute, no schedule, prefer no schedule. No schedule means when you give toleration as no schedule, it won't create new pods. Okay. But existing pods are as usual like this. But if you give prefer no schedule, it will try not to schedule a pod. It will prefer that not to schedule a pod. But again, there is no guarantee that if there is no other node is available, if you give toleration as prefer no schedule, it may execute as well. Okay. But it will try not to do, but still if there is no other node means it will do. So that's where prefer no schedule comes. No execute means no new parts also will not able to, and existing pods also will be shifting to other nodes. So that's where no execute comes. Okay. So these are all the different effects. If you have any questions, let me know. Any questions?
Yes, Pami. Actually, I didn't get properly.
Okay, no problem. Uh, let's say if you give effect as toleration effect as no schedule. If you give toleration effect as no schedule, what will happen? That's the question. So if you give toleration effect as no schedule, here what will happen here is it will not schedule new pods, but existing pods will run, which is no schedule toleration effect. No schedule means existing pods are same, they will run, but new pods will not create. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's start with prefer no schedule. Prefer no schedule means it will prefer not to schedule new pods. But imagine there is no other node. What it will do? That's the question. If there is no other node, there is no other option, then it will schedule only. It will prefer not to schedule, but there is no other option, there is no other node, it will schedule in that node itself. That is called prefer no schedule. Clear?
Yeah. Now got it.
And last one, no execute. What no execute will do? So basically, no execute effect, how it works is it will not schedule any pod. Existing pods also it will shift to other node. That's where no execute comes. Clear? Existing pods also it will shift. You and new pods also will not get scheduled. Clear or not?
Yeah, got it. But my question here, if you're telling existing means already in that node, some pods will be running, right?
Hmm.
So if we do not execute,
Hmm.
then whatever the existing pods that will go to other node.
Hmm. Right.
If other node not exist, then
In never and ever think that other node will not exist. Other node will exist because we are using Kubernetes cluster. 40 machines, 50 machines are there. In my case, I have only one machine since I'm not running any production training purpose. But in real time, other nodes will be there. Many nodes, not a single node.
okay. But
If
in the
no,
case of
in what case we will give this? You
yeah,
imagine,
prefer
sorry, prefer no schedule and no schedule are fine. But what case we will give no execute is if machine is not performant, if machine has some issues, it's not responding, then we will give that no execute because
uh,
pods will affect.
yes, yes, yes,
Make sense?
yes.
Okay.
But in the case of prefer no schedule, that will I mean, it will not go to other node, right?
Prefer no schedule will not go to,
Other
no,
node.
it will not go to other node. It will try not to schedule, but if there is no other, let's say prefer no schedule, see, everything is happening inside a cluster. If you give prefer no schedule, okay, what will happen? It will try not to execute on a particular node, prefer no schedule. But there is no other node, there is no other go, then it will do it.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it.
Any other questions?
No question.
Okay. Okay. Now this is very important interview question. And say, toleration also you can give. I want you to read one document, uh, which is kubernetes.io. Please just look at kubernetes.io. They have mentioned these manifest files. Means toleration block they will give, but three effects are there. Just go with that, same content you will get. But if you read first time, you won't understand. That is in a very, very deeper level, but concept is same. At the end, they will also explain the same. But initially, they will give lots of very lengthy documentation. It is Kubernetes.io is very helpful, but at the same time, people won't get easily. It's like lengthy, too lengthy. But I will recommend you to go with that. Getting
Yes. Okay.
okay. And one last concept we have, secret. Okay. And in Kubernetes, we have a concept called secret. Config map we have seen, environment variables we have seen. But what about secret? Why secret? Correct? So config map is a place where you can keep your key value pairs data. Any sort of data you can keep. That's where config map works, correct? And environment variables also same, right? Then what about secret? So config map and environment variable, only you can store data which is not confidential. But if you use secret, you can store the data which is actually confidential. So if you would like to store the data which is confidential, then you have to go with what? You have to go with only the option which is secret. So basically, secret is a place where you can store the data very securely. You never and ever lose the data. If you store it in secret, you never and ever lose the data. So that's why we use secret. Getting or not?
Yes.
Okay. So base 64, let's say you are storing one password. How it will store is, it is using base 64 mechanism and it is storing. Base 64 is a mechanism it will use to store your data. Ultimately, it is encrypting the data. Whatever you store, it is encrypting the data. So that's where secret comes into the picture. And in Minikube, base 64 won't support. It won't able to. But how to create a secret? Same as config map. The commands also same. Nothing will change. First, how we are giving in config map, kubectl create cm and name of the CM, hyphen hyphen from hyphen file, hyphen hyphen from hyphen literal. The same way secret also getting created. But here the challenging part is, since I am using Minikube, it won't work. So Minikube won't support. Okay. So to see here, I'm encrypting. Uh, you can see I have username.txt file. In that admin I'm saving password.txt file. There I'm saving what? There I'm saying pass. So how am I encrypting? Base 64 I'm using echo hyphen n admin base 64. So it is encrypting. But unfortunately here it is not supporting. But yeah, it will encrypt it. Okay. Getting or not?
Yes.
Okay. And this secret in real time we use. Again, I want to highlight how we will use these secrets is in real time. We will be having in AWS, we have a secret manager. In GCP also, you have a secret manager. So we are storing all the application secrets in that. Okay. All the application secrets we are storing in that. Ideally, we can also use the secrets to store the secrets, or you can also use services which is offered by the uh, Google Cloud or AWS Cloud. So anything, and in real time, we also use one more application to store our secret, Hashika Vault. That is a paid service. So any either way you can use. Why I'm mentioning these names is in your when you start working, you can store in any either way. You should not get confused why this, because these are all the various mechanisms we store our secrets. Clear?
Yes.
So why this is required? By the way, we can simply use right config map or anything. That's where pod can use all this. So why do we use? Any reason?
Yeah, for the confidential things, right?
Yeah,
If we want to, I mean, secret our data, not to expose them or yeah,
right.
that yes.
So we should not expose the data, by the way, in real time, right? So for
Yeah.
that purpose, we are using this secret. Okay, secret is very very useful. We are not. We should not actually. Let's say there is a password we are actually keeping. So what will happen is we are getting directly mails from the client. How client will get to know? They are using some tools to monitor as well if anyone is keeping passwords or not. So everything is getting tracked. Okay. And one more example I would like to highlight. Recent times what happened in my environment is uh, there is a server, security groups all got opened. In general, we should not open, but my team member, what he has done, he is doing some testing. So he just opened all the security group. Immediately mail got triggered and it went into very high level escalation. So that day I just immediately realized something went wrong. So I recognized immediately, I blocked the traffic. I have given root cause, and they were also asking how much time the security group all ports got open, and what and all the applications are running, and what and all the users are hitting. Complete details they asked. Even I do not know how to fetch that, but still I fetched. I have given. So nobody will accept these things. So in real time, we have to be very careful when these things are happening. But if you are not responding immediately, what will happen is client will escalate to next level. Be careful when you play with real time. Okay, we should be very careful. So they won't even listen. They will try to escalate us. They won't even listen. Okay. So any questions?
I mean, how the security group like automatically opened or
No, no, not automatically. My team member done. He is
but
doing some activity. So out of curiosity, he just opened and he
oh,
want to check that load and all. So that's where mistake happened. But it went into very high level, and my manager taken a call with him, and he has asked many questions. Why you did this? Something something. So be careful. If you are unsure, don't do. Just get the more details, then do it. But curiosity always won't work.
yes.
So we have to be careful in real time. Any more questions?
Yeah, no questions.
Now I would like to discuss other topics as well, since you do
So
not have any.
public, this will go. I mean, you will create the script. for this
No,
one?
I'm not because that
Because
won't
base
support.
64, yeah, 64 is not
Yeah,
supported.
that is there, so I won't be able to. But
How,
yeah,
if it will be supportable? I mean, how will create the script and
if you
through this?
use if next topic is how to create a Kubernetes cluster. Like let's say you want to place a Kubernetes cluster on a few servers you want to take. Okay, here only one machine we are taking, Minikube. And that too, it is having very less configuration. So that's why it is not supporting. But if you use high capacity servers, means couple of a couple of nodes, master and couple of nodes, if you take, that case it will support. In my case, why it is not supporting? Only the reason it is a Minikube. But in real time, it supports because we have a couple of machines. So if you want to practice this secret, then you have to create a different cluster where you can have couple of machines, more machines. So in that case, you can practice.
Okay.
Okay. But that is not required for just for this concept. That is not required. If you are more interested, up to you.
We need to store in txt file that admin and password, user id
Yeah,
and
right. It is encrypting with the help of base 64 method.
first we need to create those two files and we need to,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, encrypt through echo command
Just
echo.
you perform these commands, it will work, but you won't be able to see anything.
Okay,
Even
okay,
it will encrypt also, but you won't be able to see. That's it.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
Hmm. Any other questions?
No question.
Okay. Now I'm going to start with a different concept, which is replication controller. So what is the meaning of replication controller? Why do we use it? What's the main purpose of that? We are going to see. Basically, uh, what is replication controller is, let's imagine, okay, you have a Kubernetes cluster. Okay, in your Kubernetes cluster, some pods are running. So all of a sudden load got increased, right? So how you will fulfill that? That's where replication controller comes. Okay, all of a sudden some traffic got increased, okay, in your cluster. So how you will compensate? So that's where replication controller comes. So have a break for 5 minutes. Then we will start with replication controller introduction part. Okay. And tomorrow I'm going to explain a lot of concepts. I think tomorrow is the last day for Kubernetes. We almost done all the concept, but we'll see. Okay. So have a break for 5 minutes and we will see how to provide high availability in real time.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Have a break for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So let's discuss the same. So basically, replication controller. Replication means replicas. Let's imagine if you have a lots of traffic in Kubernetes cluster, how you will have more number of pods, right? Replication controller will helpful. So replication controller will make sure that whatever number of pods you have given, those number of pods it will execute. Let's say any of the pods deleted or something happened to it. So immediately it will scale up the new pods. So replication controller is a placeholder. If you would like to have more number of pods, you can have. Let's look at the replication controller manifest file. But again, replication controller we never use. We go with the replica set. But as per interview process and all, I'm just explaining this replication controller. But in real time, we use only replica set. So look at this replication controller file. So kind replication controller metadata. Under spec section, you need to focus. Replicas 2 I have given, which means two replicas are running. Okay. And also how replication controller will get to know that so and so pod goes down. How it will get to know? With the help of labels. So in under pod section, if you see, there is a label. The same label you have to give it to the replication controller as well. Whenever any pod goes down with the same label, so it will understand that so and so pod goes down and I need to create a new pod on the place of crashed pod. So it will again create a new pod. So replication controller works on the base of labels. Under selector section, app nginx I have given. Under label section, I have given app nginx. What is this selector section? Selector section is useful to maintain specific number of pods. There are two types of selectors, equality based selector and set based selector. What's the meaning of equality based selector? Equality based selector means pod section labels should equally match with the selector section labels of replication controller. So that's the meaning of that's the meaning of equality based selector. Set based selector I will explain but not now. So look at this manifest file. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yes, Pavni. So inside labels, Nginx we have mentioned.
Hmm.
Same we need to mention in replica. I mean, selector section, right?
Right.
Okay.
Otherwise it will fail.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
So how many will be labels? Same things we need to mention.
Yeah. If you give one label, 10 labels, 100 labels, same labels you need to mention. Exactly right.
Okay. And what about replicas two means?
Replicas 2 means two pods it is going to create.
Okay.
Any questions?
I mean, why we have given two here?
Simply I given. I want only two. If you want 100, you can give. If you want 10, you can give. Simply I given.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Look at this manifest file. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm not going in running way. I want you to understand. Shall I create this? And also I want to highlight one more file, which is a selector file. So let me open the selector file. We will go through that. Selectors. See, selectors and label go hand in hand to maintain the replicas. So there are two types of selectors, equality based selector and set based selector. So what equality based selector will do? Equality based selector equally matching the labels of pod section and also selector section. It will make sure that. So that's where equality based selector comes into the picture. Okay. Any questions? Equality based selector.
Yeah, that means whatever you created, the scripts, that is same equality based selectors, right?
Right, exactly. That is equality based selector.
Okay, okay. And in the below also you have mentioned one more equality based selector script, another script.
Here or there?
Not here in manifest, I think.
Yeah,
Manifest.
right. Yeah, they're also same.
Okay, okay.
Okay, what about set based? Operators. Here you are using operator. So there are two operators, in operator, not in operator. So if you use set based selector, in operator and not in operator comes. Does replication controller supports set based selector? No. Replication controller only supports equality based selector. If you want to use set based selector, you have to use replica set. Replica set tomorrow we are going to discuss. Today we are going to discuss only replication controller. So in real time what we use? Replica set or replication controller? Obviously replica set only we use, not replication controller. Okay. So I will explain what is set based is. Set based is nothing but expressions it will use. In expression and not in expression. In means it should match, not in means it should not match. So tomorrow you will get to know when I explain replica set. So if you have any questions in this manifest file, let me know before execution.
Yes, for me, you told like in real time we'll be using equality based, no, replica, uh,
Replica set.
replica set. Yeah. Why not equality based? This is also good, right? So,
Replica set supports both equality and set. Both it supports. And
okay.
replica set is higher abstraction of replication controller. On the base of replication controller only, they have designed replica set. So that's why everyone will use this replica set. It is same only, exactly same.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Now look at this manifest file before execution and we will see. Shall we execute?
Yes.
You can also call RC. RC means replication controller. You can look at why its deploy got, yeah, you can see replica set got created. Why I am using 20? I given 2. It's not copied or what?
I mean, you copied other one, I think.
Yeah, I supposed to copy this, but I copied the other one. Let me copy this.
That's
Again.
what I was thinking. Kind it was there in
Yeah,
deployment.
I copied that one. I just came, but I did not copy it.
Yeah.
Getting?
Yes.
Okay. This is how it works. So, yeah, this is all about today's topics, but tomorrow I have other topics. So, if I teach everything today, then tomorrow we do not have much topic. So, I'm keeping for tomorrow's topics. Then, tomorrow is a final for Kubernetes, I think. Then, day after tomorrow, I mean, next weekend, we are going to start other tools. Okay. And I'm going to explain resume, day to day activities, mostly on tomorrow if time permits. Getting or not?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
So the remaining will be Jenkins, Maven,
Next
CI/CD.
week. Next week.
Okay.
Tomcat, Nexus, and all next week.
Yeah. Sonar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions if you have, you guys can ask.
Yes, Swami. One request to management because this week I supposed to practice this Kubernetes
Huh.
2 classes, but no reply from. I also called Nageshwar Rao sir. He
Mm.
picked my call. Okay,
Mm.
so he told he will tell to management, but nobody responded. That's the thing.
I understand. Even I do understand. I will talk to them. I will send a message. Could you please call him again if possible for you?
To
Literally,
whom?
I'm telling I do not Nagesh only.
Okay,
Now
okay.
he is only handling. Literally, I do not have any authentication on your recordings. I even don't know where they are getting stored. But I'll tell. This is what happening. I'll tell.
Yeah, 2 times in WhatsApp message also there is a
You
group.
don't consider WhatsApp messages. They will look. But please talk to them.
Okay. So today can I?
Yeah, you can. You have to today itself.
Yeah, I'll call him
Yeah, please do.
because this is 3 classes altogether.
Huh. Otherwise, you will be getting stuck, right? Tell him very clearly you are
In
unable to
Tuesday
practice.
itself, I mean Tuesday itself I called. Okay, so I waited. So I thought
No, no,
some.
no, don't wait. You just need to wait for till evening or some time, 3, 4 hours. You should not wait longer time.
Okay, okay.
Please don't delay it because your batch is also going to finish in another 2 weeks or something like that, right? So who will be
Yeah,
responsible for your recordings? Please make a note. You please
yeah,
call and inform him, okay?
yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah.
My
I
batch is going
asked.
my
I
batch is
asked
going
also
to
Chinmay. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, my batch is going to finish in 2 weeks. I want to practice everything. I want to ask to ma'am. So now Kubernetes and topics are there. Now Jenkins, we are going to start. You tell him, call him, tell him, and inform him.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, don't forget.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Okay. I can also do, but the thing is, if you are informing, it has more preference because that is what happening. So please inform from your end. I will also do.
Yeah, I told
I will inform them. People are keep complaining about the recordings. Please upload it. I can tell. But if you are telling you are unable to practice and also that is has more weight.
yeah, yeah. Today I'll tell him to
Please
upload.
do. Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
Probably Nginx web server be completed that one. Right.
Nginx, no. I will explain what is Nginx and all.
Okay, okay.
Services comes, no? In services only, I will cover that.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
That's all.
Any other questions?
No question from my side.
Okay. Tomorrow, ask Chinmay to join the session. Tomorrow topic is very important.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Okay,
I'll
please text him.
definitely.
Actually, I really like the way he learned the things. I don't want to miss him these sessions. So just tell him, okay?
Yeah, sure, sure. I'll inform.
Yeah, thank you. That's all from me. Rupa, do you have any questions? Okay. If you have any, please let me know, Rupa. Okay. Thank you all. And let us connect tomorrow and we'll see. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.